Hello everyone, this is Stephen Howson. This is Manchester United versus Watford Premier League preview. It's the final game of the season. It's a chance to say farewell to all of the Reds and thank you for your efforts this season. Some maybe not really keen on doing that, but most importantly of all, it's a chance to say farewell to Michael Carrick, an absolutely terrific servant for Manchester United over the years. But before we get into that, I have to tell you, I've just done a video for Patreon, which you definitely need to check out. If you're not a member of Patreon, you definitely should be. Check the comments out below and I'll tell the people who are in Patreon to get their comments in and have a discuss with them whether or not you think it's worth joining. But I've done a video on there which is the 10 players that I've been told can leave Manchester United and the 5 transfer targets that we are working on making happen for us. This isn't rumours, this is what I am being told, so go and check it out. I think you'll find it well worth it. So then Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick has been an incredible servant for Manchester United, perhaps the most underrated player in the modern game. Bar none. Bar absolutely none. When he looks back on his career and he sees the just sheer weight of trophies that his signing was the catalyst for, to be honest. We had such a lean period in those mid-2000s. I mean, I say a lean period. We've gone longer now without winning the league than we did during that lean period under Sir Alex. When Arsenal's Invincibles won the league for the last time and Jose Mourinho's Chelsea started winning the league. Before United managed to retain the title, United had to get rid of Roy Keane and bring in another guy to fill the number 16 shirt, and that man was Michael Carrick. And it took a long time for Reds to take him to heart. Sideways, Crab Carrick, all of these things was levelled at him. The guy doesn't make a tackle. Doesn't make a tackle because he's an intelligent footballer. He shuts off the passing lanes with movement. He gets into the spaces and stops the opposition making tackles. It takes you a long time to really appreciate what Michael Carrick offers. And perhaps that was why England fans never took to him, why England managers never capped him anywhere near the level that he should have been capped. That was the problem with England teams, is that they didn't appreciate the level of just pure intelligent footballer that was at their fingertips with Michael Carrick. And that was a shame. Because Carrick has been a phenomenal footballer, not just someone who can sit in there and block off the passing lanes, someone who can recycle possession pretty well. This was a guy that could make chances. The amount of pre-assists that Michael Carrick had was ridiculous. His forward passing from the middle into the final third with the players that we had like Wayne Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo at their peak was incredible. And one of the reasons United was so successful was him. And it was his ability to partner and keep that metronomic tempo of a game going with someone like Paul Scholes, but also to sit alongside someone a little bit more workhorse like a Darren Fletcher or like a Owen Hargreaves, famously for the 2008 Champions League final. He's the last guy to leave Manchester United from that great team. It is truly the end of an era. Now that team has been dismantled. But when you look back at Michael Carrick's career, just appreciate the pure level of professionalism that he brought to the game and the absolute quality that he brought to the game. I think someone like Xavi has mentioned, if that guy was Spanish, he would have been absolutely revered. And they're right. He's just not appreciated by English and the English game whatsoever. But Michael Carrick has been a tremendous servant for Manchester United. It's a sad time to see him go, but it's also a very exciting time as we see him sitting on the coach's bench and offering words of wisdom to the younger players coming through. And Paul Pogba recently has been saying Michael Carrick has been talking to him and getting in his ear about his game. Scott McTominay said the same thing. So I really think that there could be a great coach, someone who saw the game the way Michael Carrick saw the game. I can't imagine would be a terrible coach. But obviously it's a completely different game, being a top-level footballer to being a top-level manager. There's so many different aspects of the game that I think he's got a lot to learn. But if anyone could do it, I'm pretty sure Michael Carrick can. So let's talk about what's going to happen in the game against Watford then. So Michael Carrick's going to captain Manchester United and be in a Manchester United shirt for the very last time. I think Jose's given his hand away that he's not playing him in the cup final there. And I can't wait to say farewell and thank you to Michael Carrick. But this game should have been about the youngsters. I really enjoyed last year against Crystal Palace where Manchester United flooded the team with youth and all of the pressure, all of the thoughts, all of the problems that you associate with having a game at the end of the season where both teams are safe, no one's fighting for anything. It can just be a kickabout at testimonial pace. The way to alleviate that, and the way United alleviated that last year against Crystal Palace, and the way Sir Alex always managed to bring in a debut on that last game of the season, is by playing the youth. You play the youth and this is an exciting time for them. It doesn't matter that it's the end of the season. It doesn't matter that you're not going to move up or down in the table on the back of the result. It changes everybody's mentality, and more so than anyone else, it changes the fans' mentality. Because the atmosphere's got the potential to be absolutely garbage against Watford. Absolutely garbage. But it won't be if you play a handful of youngsters. If we get there to Old Trafford on Sunday afternoon and we see Angel Gomez in the starting lineup, and we see someone like Ethan Hamilton getting his debut, or Tahith Chong, the recent Jimmy Murphy Player of the Year award recipient, being given his debut on the back of what's been a good campaign for him this year, then the crowd mentality changes. And we're not thinking about the boring 0-0s that we've seen this week and some of the disappointing results in the Champions League. We're going, yes, this is an opportunity to watch some Manchester United players making their debut and forging their way as professional footballers, hopefully, for Manchester United. Jose Mourinho's basically named the starting 11 in his press conference this week, saying that this player's going to start, it's an opportunity for this guy to start and that guy to start, and not one of the youngsters has been mentioned. And I'm gutted about that. Not just because I really enjoy seeing the youngsters come through. This is part of Manchester United's heritage, bringing through players like that. He had to go because Sir Alex didn't trust him at the time, when he should have trusted him at the time. And we had to buy him back for 90 million. Don't let Angel Gomez be the new Pogba. Don't let Tahith Chong be the new Pogba. Let them come through the team. Let them show what they can do. Let the crowd get on its feet and get excited for what's just going to be a nothing game if we don't. I'm disappointed. I really am disappointed. This was an opportunity for Jose Mourinho to get some fans on side, and I think he's missed the opportunity to do that. And I think he really needed to do that ahead of the FA Cup final, because there's a lot of grumblings. Some of the overreactions that I saw to United securing second place this week was gross. But I understand the frustration, and Jose could have alleviated that by naming a load of youngsters to go and make debuts this weekend. It would have totally changed the atmosphere in the ground. Undoubtedly. There's still time. If you're watching, Jose, just pick them all and see what happens. Nothing to lose. Aside from that, there's nothing really to say about this game against Watford. I'm not going to give you a tactical analysis. I'm not going to insult your intelligence with it, because you know that they're not going to come with the intensity that they would in a normal league game. Certainly the league game that we saw with them, which was an excellent battle, actually. I think it was December that we played them. And United aren't going to turn up with anywhere near the intensity that we should be playing in a game at Old Trafford. It's going to be a kickabout. I said you can change that if you played a load of youngsters. My prediction for the game: 2-0, 1-0, 0-0, 4-0. Who the fuck knows? And for that reason, this week's bet, which if you have been following my bets, then you probably need to keep following my bets so you can win some money, because you haven't been winning any money. You can win 50 quid by following me on BetBull and placing the bet that I am placing. So go download the BetBull app. The link is in the description below. Follow me on there, Mr. Stephen Howson, and you can win 50 quid just for putting the same bet that I'm putting on. And we've got a cracker for you today. So I am putting on, it's all home teams, 8 of the home teams this weekend. There's very little chance of this coming in, but if it does, the odds are mint. So Spurs to win, Burnley to win, United to win, Liverpool, Huddersfield, Palace, Swansea and West Ham to win. So that's, go through them again. Spurs to beat Leicester, Burnley to beat Bournemouth, United to beat Watford, Liverpool to beat Brighton, Huddersfield to beat Arsenal in Wenger's last game, Crystal Palace to beat West Brom, Swansea to beat Stoke and West Ham to beat Everton. That is the 8 fixtures that I'm going for. It's 190-ish to 1, so 1,900 quid or a little bit over if you bang a tenner on it, which is what I'm doing. So fingers crossed that comes in. Thank you guys for watching. As I said at the top of the video, go and check out Patreon. The link will be in the comments below. That's the 10 players that Jose Mourinho is looking to potentially offload, and the 5 signings that he wants to make this summer. So I definitely recommend that you check it out. Thank you guys for watching. There's going to be one more preview for United this season, and that's going to be a proper tactical analysis next week for the FA Cup final against Chelsea, which I really enjoyed doing. There's just absolutely no point doing it for this weekend's game. And then there's going to be some seriously good World Cup content coming out. So go check out the Patreon, download BetBull and follow me on there, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.